Okay guys, it begins. I just picked up my keys and I'm heading into my classroom and I have a special helper. And yes, the last day of school was yesterday, but guess what? It's like my new beginning and I am so excited! So the move-in to my new classroom begins right now. I am in the like storage kind of like hallway of the theater at my school because I ran the theater program for 5 years. When I was beginning my TOSA position, my traveling teacher position in the elementary schools, I was pregnant. I was going to start in the fall after delivering my daughter who was due in July. On Memorial Day, so towards the end of May, I went into very, very early labor and I ended up being put on bed rest for 6 weeks. So I never got to come back and like move out of the theater and like move out of my classroom and get all of my stuff. So I am here now. And since I'm on the same campus, I'm just in an English classroom instead for next year. I am gathering a bunch of things that from bed I couldn't think of to like tell my mom and my husband to get and like think of where they were. I'm about to move a big couch and a bunch of just like files and like random things, Halloween decorations for my classroom that I just had in a box over here, over to my classroom. So I will catch up with you there. Okay, so I'm in. Funny little story. I got to the door. I knew exactly, like, pulled the truck up, it's got a couch in it, it's got all this other furniture, and there I like go with my key, I'm all excited, I'm like, yeah, Mom, come see my new classroom, and I go to like unlock the door, there's a pin in the door, a little pin to make sure that you cannot enter the door if you are not supposed to be entering the door. So then I go up to the front office and I'm like, hey guys, I'm back, can somebody please radio a custodian to come open the door? A 5-minute conversation goes by where the custodian does not remember who I am. It's been 2 years, so apparently I am forgettable. And then was like arguing that I shouldn't be getting into the classroom because the other teacher hasn't cleared out their stuff. Looks pretty clear to me. So I'm finally in, I'm arranging tables, and I am giddy. So I'm gonna start the rough arrangement now, but I will show you guys what I am working with. Right when you walk in, you've got a nice little like call area, which is kind of cool. There's this great wall where I'm gonna push a bunch of these tables, these long tables that are over here, up against the wall because it has all those nice outlets so that kids can have like a charging station for the kids that want to sit there. I've got 2 full walls of whiteboards, which is amazing. So I think back over here by the windows is gonna be probably, I have 2 pub height tables that can go like right here and right back over here, and then the big couch will probably go somewhere down here in the middle, maybe with like a couple of these tables up behind it or something. Yeah, but over there is like it's it's like I can be at the helm of a ship, basically the ship of education. Okay, we have some progress. Take a look. So you come in the door and you turn right, and this right here is going to be 2 pub height tables and like a regular kitchen height table, squares, so that's why they're like this. And then as you come over here, I have this wonderful row of tables. I've got classroom storage back over in this corner, and then I'm trying not to make you feel sick. And my favorite part, in the middle, I have my old couch, and then that overturned table is going to, I'm gonna lower it like all the way to the end of the legs so that it's like coffee table height. And then these 2 chairs like here and on the other side are like these swiveling chairs that I have in my garage. These wonderful tables, I'm gonna hold on to all of them. And then over on the other side, I've got some more kind of like bar style seating, especially gonna be good for kids who need to focus and like need to turn for instruction and like look to the front of the board, but then need to like just have their own little space, which is kind of me. So like that's for the little Maries out there. It's coming along. I think I need to head home. I'm getting weird, so I should probably eat, and then I'll be back this afternoon. It's all happening. So, fun fact, my excitement about getting back into the classroom and just like getting things finally set up the way that I've always like wanted them to do gives me freakish strength because I have been lifting full-blown tables, and my mom's like, oh, let me help you. And I'm like, nope, okay, I got it, it's fine. And I like lift the whole thing into the bed of the truck, and I'm perfectly fine. So I'm a Hulk, basically. Excitement, not anger, but when I get excited about something, I like Hulk out and I have all the strength in the world. I'm basically trying to pull all of the big furniture pieces today, because the other stuff can just like go in my car. I have an SUV, but my mom has the truck. You can see here, you can see back there in that hole is where the big tables used to be. This fun, guys, let's see if I can fit these guys in my car, we'll see. And then, well, the rock and play sleeper is not coming with me. That's going to my friend who's having a baby. But the rest of this is all, and obviously the Starbucks trash is obviously coming to my classroom, because why wouldn't that make sense to have Starbucks trash in your classroom? All right, wish me luck in the loading process. All right, first quandary of the classroom setup is this. This awesome desk, I know I like, but I don't like the way that if you, sorry, I've started moving things. It wasn't just like this. If you sit down at the desk, right? This whole side of the classroom is completely blocked from view. And I just don't like the whole feeling of like, this is where the teacher sits and this is where the students are. I don't know. I don't like the separation. So what I think I'm going to do is take, okay, I'm going to Joanna Gaines. Are you ready? Like I'm drawing in the air. I'm going to take this desk right here and flip it so that this side is against the wall over there. Take this bookshelf would be the word that I'm looking for. It's very advanced vocabulary. And move it beep, 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 way over there behind that table, so that all along underneath the windows, I want to do the library back there, because I have so many stinking books and I don't know where they're going to go. And then I can like take this table, which was like just one of those, all of you who went to college in the early 2000s like me, you have seen this table before. The IKEA table, it came with 4 chairs that were just like regular L-back. Yeah, you've all seen it. It was like $99 when we were in college. And then I decoupaged it with an old like diner looking calendar and covered it in shellac. So I want to take that and put it, I think, like right either coming out this way or going this way like an L. I don't know. I'll let you know what I come up with. But things are starting to come along. Everybody thinks I'm crazy because it's the first Monday of summer, but here I am. Because you know what? Oh, there's going to be my cafe. I'm stoked. Okay, here I go. I'm back in my classroom for day 2 of, basically it's like I'm doing a theater show and I'm doing like a load in. I look as tired as I feel, sorry. I am looking at the whiteboards behind me, and the very first issue that I needed to solve was my desk area, and I think I've got that under control. The next thing that I want to figure out is over here. So when you walk in the door's that way, and if you look to your right, you see what is behind me right now, which are these 2 whiteboards. And the whiteboards are awesome, but there's also a whole nother set right in the front of the room. So like, I don't need all these whiteboards. So what I would like to do is have one side of them be for a gallery of like student work, and then the other side be a calendar that I can just kind of have basically like almost year at a glance, but like each term. Anyways, the first semester, the first half of the year can be up there, and then at like the changeover, I'll put up the second half of the year, just so that like everything can be up there at the same time, so that kids can really learn time management and kind of get an idea for all of it. But I have this really cool idea. So up here on this board, obviously where it says gallery, what I want to do is take clipboards and do like a checkerboard. So like it'll go like clipboard, space, clipboard, like 3 down, and then all the way across. I think, I don't know, I very roughly measured out about like 8 spaces. And so basically it'll like in between the clipboards will be a spot for a magnet. So it'll be this cool like clipboard magnet checkerboard where I can put student work up, and if anything's kind of like outside of the shape of an 8.5 by 11, that can go like with a really strong magnet. Yeah, so I'm going to see how that works out. I love the look of gallery walls, but sometimes they can just look so messy. So I'm going to try and fix that. And then the calendar, I want to go along the same idea. You can see I have my Pinterest board up for my classroom decor because I'm trying to figure this out. But I think what I might do is like have I don't know, like Q1 over here and Q2 over here on this side, and then like a list of really important school dates or something like that in the middle. I don't know, I'm still kind of figuring that one out. Hi, good afternoon, YouTube friends. It is Thursday. I never know what day it is. I won't even blame it on summer because I never know what day it is during the year. You've seen me do this so many times. I wanted to kind of show you the end of the beginning, if you will, of this classroom transformation. I have, like you've seen before, I moved in all of the furniture already. I do need to work on lighting because these lights are gonna give me a migraine day one. Like I can't be in here for that long with the fluorescence on. So I'm gonna work on alternative lighting. I have some lamps, but I need to do some like twinkle lights and stuff like that just to kind of warm it up and make sure there's enough light for kids to learn. I have a bunch, I think I have like 7 individual smaller chunk projects that I'm going to be working on in here. If I leave it all like one big huge, set up the classroom, I get really overwhelmed just like any normal human would. And so I chunk it into smaller pieces, and then each of those pieces can be done in an afternoon. For instance, over here, I'm going to be working on my gallery wall thing for student work, showcasing student work. So I'll show you a little preview of that in just a second. And I think the other thing I'm gonna work on over here is gonna be like my calendar, my term or like 2 quarters at a glance, course at a glance calendar. So here it is. So this is the teacher desk area, and that's gonna be like a 2-day project because yeah, there's just a lot going on over there, and I need to make this back area really nice and homey for myself. But over here on this side of the whiteboard is going to be my like student work gallery, and I was gonna do clipboards like I originally said, but then that was a terrible idea, and like many people on Instagram were like, that's a really bad idea, and I was like, you know what, you're like super right. So I already had this scrapbook paper here, look, see, oops, a daisy. I had this scrapbook paper from a birthday party I put on for my kids last year. It was like a camping theme, so the craft paper worked. And then my mom had this black cardstock, 12 by 12. So right now it's just up with magnets, but what I think I'm going to do is do this all the way across as like a checkerboard, and I'll just use double stick tape. And then these are like the turbo craft magnets. I'm gonna glue like 2 of these to the back of a clothespin, and then put 1 or 2 clothespins on each of the squares, and then that gives me like a nice clean modern clean lines gridded look, so that when I put artwork on top of it, it has a nice base to go on, and that can kind of, or not artwork, but like writing and art and like those different sorts of things. And then over here, I think I figured it out. It's going to be like on this side a grid with the 9 weeks of the first quarter, and over here a grid with the 9 weeks of the second quarter, and kind of do that like a college syllabus would be, you know, how they just kind of go week by week and like what's due and what's happening, the topic for the week. And then in the middle is where I'm gonna have like important dates. I'm still gonna be doing like over at the entrance over there where you can kind of see that little whiteboard combo. I'm gonna be doing like a classroom command center, kind of like you would do like in your kitchen, you know, where it's like the school calendar is up there, announcements. That's gonna be like the more like school side of things. But over here at that calendar wall, I think I'm gonna do like, I don't know, reminders, or like, I'm gonna be having a couple different projects that last throughout the course. So I might have stuff like that in the middle. I don't know, I'm just gonna leave it blank for now, but yeah. So that is here's what I've got so far in this classroom. I'm super excited. The next thing that I show you is probably going to be the kind of time lapse and even like a little tutorial on how I do the gallery and the calendar so that it can be usable all year long without having to change the whole thing out, but still be cute and functional. Okay, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you next time. Don't forget to like this video, comment below with questions or comments or like requests that you have, and subscribe so you don't miss any future videos. Okay, bye guys. So much fun stuff coming in the future. Cannot wait.